Hi friends, welcome back or welcome if you're newer to my channel. My name is Caroline. I like to do knitting and crocheting videos on my channel, and today we're reorganizing my yarn stash. Now, not only is my yarn stash getting quite messy, there's no rhyme or reason anymore to where stuff is. I'm also kind of lost track of how much yarn I've got and whether the overview I have is still correct or not. So I really would like to figure that all out before we enter the new year. So we're gonna clean up, organize, and maybe go through some of my favorite yarns as a little show and tell to make this video a little bit more interesting. Let's get into it. My yarn resides on the top of this closet. I would really like for it to eventually end up in its own little cabinet. I'm still looking for like a really nice vintage wooden-esque cabinet that can go right here on this wall, preferably with glass doors so I can see in it and I can see my beautiful little yarns. I haven't found the perfect candidate yet, so for now they still live up here. There's also one of the boxes that is actually in my closet. This is what I mean by it's everywhere and nowhere. So let's take these down and have a little look. Alright, so the first problem I have is that I have 3 boxes that is just too little. I started this year with 5, then I downsized to 3, and now it doesn't fit into 3 anymore, so I need to upsize again. Which, you know, kind of annoying, but essential because these 2 are basically ready to jump open any second, and this one I can't close. So I want to go through these, organize it also to make it make more sense, because it's literally everything, a combination of everything. Cotton, wool, I don't know. I know this is full skeins and hanks, but then this is technically also a full skein, so is this. So there's no rhyme or reason really, and I would like there to be, so that's what we're gonna work on today. Organizing your yarn stash really doesn't have to be very difficult. You just need a system that really works for you, and I usually do. This year just has been very chaotic and not the vibe mentally, so I haven't been keeping track this year as much as I usually want to. I'm sorry, Marble is yapping. You wanna be on my lap? Having a cat with separation anxiety is all fun and games until you're trying to film a video. I know. She doesn't actually have separation anxiety. She just really likes the attention. Alright, so anyway, I'm gonna show you my system. I will have to reassess if this year it actually will work or if I have to try something different, but the year before this year it works pretty good, so I think it's fine as long as I am in a good mental state. I think keeping up with this is really not that difficult, so it should be fine. But we'll reassess if it's not. Alright, so what I use is a combination of Ravelry and a Google spreadsheet. This is what it looks like. So here I can fill in whether I already have a pattern or a project I have in mind for the yarn. This is the yarn brand, the yarn name, yarn weight, which color group it belongs to, a color name if it has it, including the color code. This will be the color code. Everything in brackets is the dye lot if I had it when I put it in. This is grams per skein, the amount of skeins it will automatically calculate for me, and then only thing I have to put in is the total amount of grams. And then all the way down I've got a section where it will calculate all the total amount of grams, and then I divide it by 50 and then it will give me a skein amount. Meterage per skein, total meterage. It should also calculate if I put in a meterage, but usually I am kind of lazy. This is what I use Ravelry for actually. Then right here we go to Ravelry and my yarn stash. This is my stash collection on my Ravelry. I have to be honest, I don't think this is accurate anymore. Yeah, there's definitely things in here that I don't have anymore, so we should probably also tackle this. For Ravelry I mostly just use the pictures and also the meterage right here. Maybe we should also just put in the meterage per skein into my spreadsheet so it can calculate that automatically as well. And I guess also meterage in grams within Ravelry, but you know, not to track it. I think that would make sense. Alright, so the plan. Reorganizing my actual stash, while at the same time making sure my spreadsheet is accurate and updating Ravelry. Those are 3 main things I want to do today. Hopefully make the actual boxes make more sense as well, but yeah, we'll see. That's kind of a rough outline of what I want to do in this video. Alright, I've got my trusty scale with which I will weigh all the yarn. Got my little spreadsheet on my laptop as well as my Ravelry stash, so we can hopefully immediately update all of it. I also got one smaller container which I kind of want to put in all my scraps. And my scraps, I think what I'm gonna do is everything that's under 20 grams, and maybe I will do everything that's under 50 grams if necessary, but hopefully 20 grams should be enough because I have a lot of actually little small scrappy bits that are probably under 20 grams, which will go into this smaller container. But let's start with this box, which has sweater quantities, or at least the largest quantities I have. We've got 3 skeins of drops air. Now I know for a fact that this is in here correctly, I say, but I still want to double check just in case. 150, alright. Should also be in Ravelry at 150. Yes, it is. I just need a picture for Ravelry. And then we're gonna put that in. But the drops air. It does look a little bit like I've been put in the corner. It also feels a little bit like that. Anyway, I've done the first box, weighed everything and put it on the spreadsheet. So this is done. This is all my hanks and sweater quantities, -1 because 1 wouldn't fit. And then I'm making the second box, which is more wool and merinos. Now I'm kind of in a dilemma because I still have a lot of sock yarn, which technically would go with this, because my other type of yarn is cottony, bamboo, linen types, and I still have mohairs. But I don't think all my sock yarn would fit in this. So maybe I instead do mohairs in this, but then I would still need an extra box, because I don't want my sock yarn and my cotton together, I don't think. I could put my mohair with the cotton, but again, I don't think all my sock yarn will fit in this. Just not gonna happen. So I think I'll just do, I still have a box, so I think what I will do is I'm gonna put all my mohair with this basket, which makes more sense. A basket of sock yarn and then a basket of cotton yarn. I think that's the way to go. I do have some scrappy bits in here. I still haven't decided if I actually want to make a scrap bin, but I will be putting everything that is small like that in there, and then we can always redirect if we have to. This would actually maybe be a perfect box for all my cotton yarn. I don't know. We'll figure it out, surely. So it definitely will be fitting all in this small box, which is kind of exciting because beginning of the year I couldn't even close the bigger size box of all my cottons. We definitely did de-stash, which is exciting. That was our goal. This one closes nice and easy. I could probably get away with having a half-toed for my sock yarn as well, but I don't know if I have a half-toed. So I'm just gonna leave it in here. Alright, so I still have a top that I have to frog in this yarn. I also need to combine this all in one skein because I have 3 different white yarns that look very similar to each other that I just need to make sure that I can differentiate. So I'm gonna put them all, like all the kinds, in one skein so that I have 3 different skeins. All they're separate yarns, because otherwise I will once again get a project where I accidentally use 2 yarns that aren't the same. That definitely has happened, and we don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna have to do that, and then we can continue further on with the sock yarn, which is the last bit we still need to do. So I said I was gonna throw this project right, and then immediately turn it into stash. I have been at this for like at least an hour, maybe even close to 2. I just can't find the ends. I did too good of a job weaving them in, and I am very annoyed and done with this. So I'm gonna put this in my frog pile for later. Sue me. I did make a nice little cake. This still needs to be matched together as well, but my thingy broke. It's meant to unscrew, but I currently have it clamped together, but the wood split. I can show you. I glued it, and now I'm just gonna put this on here for some squeezing, and then hopefully it will be repaired. I also can't continue making skeins because of that, so this is also for later, but this one is going into my yarn stash. Alright, after an entire day of sorting, weighing and whatever else I've done, I finally have the dog for 2026 complete. We have 8,111 grams of yarn. If we divide that by 50, we say we have 126 skeins. Do I remember what I had at the beginning of the year? No, I do not, but I did write it down somewhere. 173 skeins, aka we got rid of 11 skeins this year. Yeah, that's rough. I kind of already expected this. I got quite a lot of yarn. At least we got rid of some. I have to say, the yarn that I got was full sweater quantities that I know I can actually do something with, so I'm not too worried about that. As long as I buy with intention, I feel like that's fine. So yeah, this is my little spreadsheet. If I use up a yarn, all I have to do is weigh the yarn again, the leftover yarn, and then put it into the spreadsheet, and then it will calculate how many grams in total and how many skeins in total we should have. If you want a spreadsheet like this of your own, I will put a empty version of this spreadsheet down below in the description. So if you want to make a spreadsheet like this for yourself, it will be right there, so you don't have to set it up yourself. Without further ado, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me on Instagram and on Ravelry. And you can obviously subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're doing Vlogmas, so you will be seeing my face on your screen every single day up until Christmas. And without further ado, I will see you guys tomorrow.